Zoom as well. So it looks like we're live everywhere now. This is a joint webinar here today with myself, Greg Jameson, and Andy Shepard. We are live on Facebook as well. We're going to be sharing this out to multiple places here on Facebook. So as we get rolling here, kind of give us a minute to get some of this stuff set up and shared out here. I'm going to share this to a couple of pages. And I'm good on my end when you're ready on your end, Andy.
Sure. Yeah, I'm just doing the same. Just making sure the world knows about us.
I was actually on another broadcast this morning where the host said the best thing to do is to get on Facebook Live about 5 minutes early so that people will start showing up and be ready to go when the posted time is there, so that we actually start broadcasting. So that's kind of what we're doing here right now. Is we're the technology is not quite there yet where you can just sit bang and it goes live on everything all at once. You have to kind of do a few setup things, but yeah, we're sharing the journey with you here.
Yeah, we like to be alternative here because everybody else, they do like 5 minutes before. Well, we're different. We do 5 minutes after. So, you know, there you go. So we don't like conforming.
So for those that are joining us here live, one of the things that, and the other thing that I heard that was a good thing to prove that you're live is to actually go back and show your cell phone, the clock on your cell phone, so that people can see, yep, he really is live. It really is the date and time that you said that it was. So I'm not sure how to do that on my phone even. I never look at my phone.
Here you go.
There we go.
Oh, hang on. No,
it just turned off.
Here we go again.
So yeah. It's 2:05 Pacific time. This is September 2nd. So if that's when you're watching this, that's when we're live here. But, you know, Andy and I have been friends for a number of years. We originally met at an event called JV Alert. I think that's what it was called at the time.
That's right.
By a mutual friend of ours, Ken MacArthur. And subsequently, we have spoken on some of the same stages together. This last spring, Andy went through an online course that I was having, helping people monetize their expertise. And he got excited about what I was doing there and said, you know, I could be putting together a course to monetize my expertise as well. And so we have put together a joint venture here, and it's all about helping people during the time of the coronavirus era here. So that's really why we're here today. And I'm going to let Andy say a few words about this too.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when I came across Greg's monetize your expertise, I was like going, man, this is just absolutely perfect for these times, because, you know, I'm getting so many people contacting me, so many coaching clients who are just really struggling to know what to do, because everything's going virtual now. That is the future. This is one of the benefits that we've got from this, though many people are not seeing it as such. And hence, this is where the mindset part comes of it. Because if you haven't got the mindset to realize, you know, that there are positive aspects to things and to be able to what we call reframe things, then you're not, you know, you can do a wonderful course like Greg has put together, but you're not going to be able to get the most out of it. So this just seemed to be the greatest, a really good collaboration. So that's what we did. And that's why we're here.
Yeah, and it's kind of exciting to see things fall into place here together on my end, because we've got there's a lot of people out there that will promote other people's products and services through joint venture arrangements or whatever, but this is actually a collaboration where I'm holding my course again this fall to help people uh, basically start making money off of their websites. And simultaneously with me running my course, Andy's running his course on helping people through the mindset of actually working at home. And people can and probably should be taking advantage of both courses at the same time. We have specifically set them up on different days. We are cross promoting them. When you enroll in one course, you can actually enroll in the other course. And it doesn't matter if you go to Andy's page or you go to my page. It truly is a collaborative effort, and this is going to be fun.
It will, it's true. I did your course, and I can definitely say that it is fun. You meet a great bunch of people there who, they've got a business idea, or they've got a business, but they're not sure how to um, develop their expertise and put it onto a virtual platform. Or maybe they've done something kind of half-heartedly. But the great thing about Greg is that he'll really put the things together. And well, I shouldn't be talking about your side. I mean, this is well,
Yeah, you should. We'll talk about each other's.
yeah, okay. Well, I mean, my experience of doing his course was that what I found was so great was that there is an area where you can actually practice. So as he's going through stuff, you can actually, and you're doing this, it's like a lab. You go in and you actually can build your own website or do the commerce side of it. You're still going to have that feature, aren't you, Greg?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. That's one of the, it actually was something that I had not initially considered to be a major feature. It was just like, people need a way to actually try out what it is that we're talking about in the course. And I'd been teaching at the local college, doing something similar as a way that the students there could really learn what it is that we were talking about in class. And it ended up being probably the strongest feature in the course, where people were like, when I did interviews with people afterwards and so forth, they were like, oh, the thing that was the best was that student play area. And I was just like, I just kind of threw that in there, but now it's actually a major feature of the course, where people go in there and that all the things that we learn about in the course, you get to try them out on your own. And if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't matter. You can keep trying until it does work. And the really cool thing is then by the end of the course, you will have tried all these different things, and you will have built a website yourself under my guidance that you get to take with you when it's all said and done. And so, I frequently charge like $10,000 to build an
Wow.
e-commerce website, and you get an e-commerce website, like I said, that I give you the guidance all the way through it. So it's a professional website when you're done, but you have built it and you've learned these things yourself. And I think it's a phenomenal benefit and can really help people.
Yeah, I've seen the websites that you've built, that people have built, and they're really, really good. I was so impressed. I mean, the one mistake that I made was that I've got a different. You're using something called Divi, and I got optimized press, and so I didn't build the site using your, during the time, and I kept thinking, oh, I'm going to get on and do this later, and you don't. Now, during the course that you had, I should, well, I know I shouldn't say I should, but I'm just saying this to help other people. It's like, build the course while you're doing it, while you're there. You've got a brilliant time to do this, and you're motivated by everybody else. And then, you can move easily to your own area afterwards. And that, is really good. If I'd have bought Divi, which is like super cheap, then I could have done that. But I just went, oh, I'm going to use optimized press. Big mistake on my part. I look back in jealousy now as I see what everybody else has built, because they are absolutely the great working sites. And I've seen some of the statistics from how much people have been earning in minimum time. It's just brilliant.
And a couple things about that. One is, yeah, I'm really proud of some of my students. They knocked it out of the park with their websites. I'd like to take credit for it. I was their mentor. I was their guidance counselor, but they actually did do the work. And you're right, some of those students are making phenomenal amounts of money just a few months after having done it. But the good thing here is that, you know, Andy and I believe in each other's stuff so much that we actually are not just cross promoting this and doing a collaboration here, but Andy will be going through my course again this time, and I'll be going through Andy's course. So we're actually students of each other, and it's, you know, I think that's a testament to why it is that people that are watching this video right now should really consider enrolling in both courses.
Yeah, that's great, because, you know, now I get the chance to put things right, and I'm going to forget all about optimized press and move to Divi, which is really, really good. More templates and all the rest of it, and better functionality. But the great thing is, I mean, what this proved to me was, if you're going to go and do stuff on your own, you don't. That's what happens. But when we're doing it like in that environment, I mean, how long is the course going to go for? It's going to be 2 months this time again.
It's 90 days.
Oh, 90 days. Sorry. Wow. Again.
Yeah. So
Extra month there.
yeah, it's definitely a comprehensive thing where you get the chance to do it right. And, you know, after the 90 days, like I said, you will have a fully functional e-commerce website as long as you are following all the exercises as we go through there. But also to the point that Andy made here is that when you're doing any kind of a online program, you really have to immerse yourself in it and try to take full advantage of what's going on there. That's part of the whole mindset issue that we're talking about, because so many of us, and I'm saying us, the reality is I've been working from home for 2 decades. I know Andy's been working at home for a decade. But many people are just now working from home for the first time. You know, you've been working from home for the last couple months and trying to figure out what it is that you're doing, and how are you really going to put food on the table 6 months from now if this keeps going on. And I think that's some of the stuff that you're going to talk about in your course, right, Andy, in terms of what does it take to get the mindset there of, hey, I've got to buckle down and get this done.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one of the major parts of the course is procrastination. And the reason that I've put that in there is because I've tested it. I've talked to umpteen people about this to find out what their challenges are. And I know this is not just me guessing. This is what people's pain point is. And so this is the other thing that is great, because, you know, we're all about community, and at the moment it's challenging to have community because we're all told to keep distant from each other and not congregate. But we've got virtual places like here. We're congregating here on Zoom, on Facebook, which is phenomenal. But you know, this is why your course works so well, because you've got the community of people all working for one cause, one result, which is to build a viable platform which is going to generate income and benefit others. And so they got you to help them, so you're not having to guess, you know, on your own. And you've got the community of other people in a Facebook group and so on. And so I've built the same kind of thing. So when people are having problems, then they've got access to me. They've got access to the Facebook group. They've got access to added additional material via videos, which is what I loved about your course, because, you know, if there were areas that you didn't have time to cover, you covered the really important stuff, but you kept adding material and say, hey guys, here's something that could be useful. You know, it was like just more than complete. And
Yeah, and that'll continue this time too, I'm sure, because one of the things I'm actually adding this time is written exercises to go along with some of those videos. And yeah, every time that I start to have a discussion with one of the students in the class and they ask a question, it's like, oh, I should do a video on that. Or now it's going to be like, I should do a video and a written exercise on that. And so, yeah, the course keeps growing and getting bigger and expanding. But the great thing is that depending upon the level of what you sign up for in the course, you have access to all of that material, either for a complete year or for a lifetime. And it's something that you probably will go back to and refer to over and over again. Just, it might be something simple, like right now you might be going, oh, well, that's great. But then all of a sudden, you know, 6 months from now, you decide you're going to have a sale on something and you don't remember how to create a coupon with free shipping, for example. You could go in there and just watch that video on how to create a coupon with free shipping, and it's all there at your beck and call. I've got it all laid out in a nice outline. It's pretty easy to find those kinds of things. And if something requires some special software to do it, maybe you're going to create a pop-up or something and it requires another plugin. There's a resource area in there also where you can go and you can grab those resources whenever you need them, for as long as you're a member.
yeah, I mean, all of this is like worth its weight in gold, because I have spent so much time, and I'm sure anybody who's watching this has as well, you know, trawling through YouTube, trying to find what is missing, looking through Google, looking through every resource possible, maybe Udemy, etc. But this is all in one place. And I just can't believe that you put all of the widgets and apps and all the rest of it, you know, together in one place. And it's like a knowledge base. You say exactly where everything is. And that just saves time for starters. And the second thing is, I've watched lots of stuff which I had stuff missing, was misleading, wasn't taught very well, and yours is the complete opposite. You get the full deal. And like I said, I think I've said this before, it's like with a recipe, there's always these secret little ingredients that make it special. And as I went through the course, I was getting a ton of those because I thought I knew a lot of stuff until I did your course. And then I realized it's like, you don't know what you don't know. And that is the stuff that's going to bite you and cause problems. And so that's just great. And to have you like available to answer questions, and you always got back pretty quickly, or, you know, you come on and maybe create a video and solve the problem, is worth absolute gold. It's just great having that knowledge that you're going to get this resolved, you know. It's brilliant.
Well, you know, I appreciate that. One of the things that, as I was putting this program together, I follow a lot of the gurus on the internet too, you know, and who's doing what and so forth. And they all say things, you know, like, well, I guarantee that you're going to absolutely love this course. And if you don't, I'm going to give you your money back or whatever. And I was like, you know, that really isn't much of a guarantee. What I want to guarantee people is at the end of this program, at the end of 90 days, you are going to have a fully functional e-commerce website that you can launch and start making money with. And if you don't have that fully functional e-commerce website, then guess what? Take the course again at no charge, because we're going to get you a fully functional e-commerce website. That's the guarantee out of this thing. I'm not going to guarantee that you're going to make $1 bazillion with it. you might be selling something that nobody wants. I don't know. But we talk about that in the course too, how to actually do some research on what it is that people want and how you can really monetize your expertise. And so I think, I'm a little bit biased, but I think it's absolutely the best program out there of its kind because of that. The other thing that you were talking about there, Andy, is the community. We do have a private Facebook group. During the Zoom classes, we actually open things up to questions and stuff too, so you can ask questions and give feedback on some of the other students that are going through the thing at the same time. And we had a really interesting array of students last time. People kind of all over the board. And one of the students, which I think kind of ties in with the type of mindset thing that you're talking about with yours, last time, she was a mom of 3 kids, one of which is a special needs kid. And her kids are either going back to school this fall or not going back to school this fall, who knows, because of the whole COVID stuff. And now, in addition to kind of trying to launch an online business, she's also trying to figure out what it is that she does with her kids. Does she have to homeschool them or whatever? And so there's lots of distractions and stuff that really play into how to be successful when you're doing this. And it's something that I think a lot of us are having to deal with for the first time. So Andy's coaching is going to be a great help to let people know what it is to do in those kinds of situations.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, work-life balance is a big thing. As well, this to me is a big topic. It's about having your kids at home and being able to work and to have some, to use to fully appreciate that possibility of being together. But I know that it can be a challenge, and there is no perfect solution to it, but there are definitely things that can be done to make it more easy and more agreeable. And it definitely is a balance. You're not going to have a perfect work environment at home, but you can certainly improve it, and you can certainly make it enjoyable. And working from home for me is there are two people who are like top of my list, as well as my coaching clients, of course, but my mother and my wife. So it's like I love that I can call them and talk to them whenever I need to, and they can call me and we can work it out. But I have to have agreements. Like today, during this call live session, normally I'd be talking to my wife, but she knows that I'm on this call and this is going to take priority. That's fine. But wherever possible, I'm always 100% available. And spending 5 minutes here or there has made it. It makes a really big difference. I work with somebody who got a really large family, and he'd take a bit of time out during the day to play catch, to teach them how to play catch. It only took 10 or 15 minutes, but it gave him a break. The kids really, really enjoyed it. And there are simple things like this that we can do, which are really practical. It's about being creative and just getting out of this, oh, poor me, oh, woe is me, I wish things were the way that they used to be in 2019, because they're not. We just got to deal with it and be creative. And we can have some fun doing this, just simple stuff like this, playing catch or whatever. We're got the opportunity to do things that we would never imagine doing. I mean, maybe taking a break and playing a game with your kids, for 10, 20 minutes or something during your work day. I mean, you could never do that if you got a 9 to 5. So this is beneficial.
Yeah, and it's something that you really have to make it be a priority, though, because I know that when you have a home office, and I've got a totally separate room for my home office, totally separate phone lines, everything else. And it's pretty easy for me to go into my cave here and kind of disappear. You have to make some of those things a priority. Of what Andy was saying is, don't just get buried in your work and work from 7 a.m. till 9 o'clock at night and then be so tired that you don't have time for your family. You've got to say, hey, yeah, I need to make a living here, and maybe it's tougher than it was a year ago, but I also have to have this work-life balance, and my family is important, and my time of going and walking around the block is important, whatever it might be. So there's, I guess, in my opinion, the person I was talking to earlier this morning was asking me about why is this the best time ever to start a business? And obviously, there's lots of reasons why that's the case. Certainly, online sales are up almost double what they were last year. It's easier than ever to start your own business. It's cheaper than ever to start your own business. But one of the things that we didn't talk about this morning that I think is just a really critical piece of this factor is that as you're doing this and you're kind of maybe being forced to work at home, is you've got this incredible opportunity to spend more time with your family and do things that you didn't have the opportunity to do a year ago. So it's super powerful.
Absolutely, totally agree. I mean, the thing is that with a lot of businesses, I mean, if we talk about 2019 and before this, it's like everything is kind of found its place and everything's pretty stagnant. There's, no innovation that we can get into. Now it's a whole new ball game. I mean, the thing is that there are new opportunities and lots of new opportunities out there. The reason that Greg and I have come up with this is because we realize that this is the best way of helping people. So this has made us be innovative. My coaching was in different areas. I never thought about creating something specifically for people working from home, but it just became, a no-brainer that this is what is needed right now. And I'm always here to serve and to help with whatever challenges are happening. So and on the one hand, if you kind of open your mind, you can see that there are some great opportunities and different directions. And, I strongly believe that there are people out there who've got a horrible 9-to-5 job who really don't want to be doing that. And they're doing it just to pay the bills. Now is an opportunity for you to maybe express your creative side or other skills that you've got, which you find more enjoyable, and to do those instead. So you're still earning the dollars, you're still paying the rent and all the utilities and so on that you need to, but you're having fun. That's pretty cool.
That is cool. Now, with your course there that is going to be starting here in a couple weeks, we're talking about people that have gone through my course or that are going to go through my course where they're building their own online business. Is your course appropriate for people who are working for a larger company or working for any size of company and they've just been told to work from home, but they're still working for somebody else?
No, absolutely. I mean, definitely, because basically I'm helping people to function in the workplace, which has now become home. So it's absolutely equal for both. You're either an entrepreneur working for yourself, solopreneur probably, or you're working for a corporation. Absolutely, every module is going to be relevant, 100%.
And so does it make sense for an entire company to sponsor their employees then to join your course so that they can participate in, like, the private Facebook groups is kind of like a virtual water cooler, and still be able to interact with their fellow employees and maybe have some online meeting spaces and And whatever else it takes from a corporate point of view to say, hey, this is really how we can help our employees to kind of navigate these new waters.
Most definitely. I mean, this is something that is part of my project as well, where I'll actually go to small businesses and offer them the course. But if they so wished, I could do something, do the course for them, and even put a bespoke element to it, so that I could tailor make it to what they felt their needs were and priorities were, and also the course that I'm doing. Like, it is open to everyone. So, it could be a business come in, but, as I'm going to do the same. I mean, I have been influenced by you, Greg. I am taking some components out of your structure. So hopefully we're buddies. That's okay. I love the fact that if somebody's asking a specific question, that I will answer that. If I've got time to do it during the session, I will do. And if not, then definitely I'll hop on the video and do some behind the scenes, between sessions video, and make sure everybody knows that. And that's the joy of doing this kind of production.
So how else can a company really support their employees if they aren't able to have their employees all be under the same roof right now?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I would say that they need some mindset training, and so definitely the course that I've got is going to really help them, with helping them to deal with what I don't call it loneliness, I call it aloneness. So, I've got a section called aloneness busting to help to counteract that, and to all of the components that you need to be successful at home. Like you said, walking around the block. This might seem as if it's something trivial, but I think a lot of people, myself included, the health is not as it should be, and we've got to really give that a priority. I'm doing stuff more than I was before, but I realize I need to ramp it up, because I'm not doing simple stuff like walking around as much as I was, and I can feel my health is not as good as it should be. And I mean, this is pretty obvious. If you've got a Formula One car, you spend all of your time maintaining that car. This is like no brainer. If you're going to do a safari, you do the same. If you're going to go and do the Dakar Rally, for example, of course, then the maintenance is obviously important. If you had a taxi or whatever. But this is our vehicle. It's not just all about the mind. And if the vehicle's not performing correctly, we're not keeping it fit and healthy, then this does have an effect on the mind. I mean, if you're waking up feeling half dead and it takes you hours to wake up and to be coherent, your productivity is going down, your enjoyment factor is going down, which is also affecting your productivity. So you have to, kind of put the energy in to your own self-maintenance. And that's why health and fitness are extremely, extremely important.
Yeah, I always remember listening to Zig Ziglar talking about, if you owned $1 million racehorse, would you feed him candy bars and junk food and whatnot? And obviously you wouldn't. You'd feed him the very best that you could. You'd make sure that he got the right exercise and stuff. And then he would say, are you worth $1 million? Are you worth more than a horse? And so many people don't take that very seriously. And myself included, I'm here to tell people that are listening, at the beginning of COVID, I was overweight, and I had to take a serious look at what I was doing and say, I'm going to just start eating right, and I'm going to start walking around the block and going on bike rides and so forth. And I managed to pull that excess weight off. But it's really something that we all need to be doing every day of our life. It's definitely part of the mindset to say, hey, health is important.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, it all starts with mindset, because if you haven't got the mindset, you're not going to get it done. So definitely starts with that. And, about people walking around, I've done an experiment where I've proved that you can actually exercise by walking up and down your apartment. I had 3 months where I didn't go out just to prove that you could do it. And you can. You just walk up and down your apartment and go for 30 minutes. And I've actually got a routine that I do, which is like got some 3 parts to it, which is really helping with your mindset, really getting you positive. It's got a part of it which is called law of attraction, which is where basically it's based on theories like with Napoleon Hill, where you are attracting whatever you're thinking about, because this is a very, very powerful machine. It's not just for thinking. Through our thoughts, we're actually creating our future, creating our results. So that's like a big component of it as well, which is pretty awesome. I
Yeah,
wanted to prove it. People say, I don't have enough time to go walking. Walk around your apartment. Well, I can't do that. Well, I did it. Then they got no excuse. I'm sorry, Greg, I cut you off.
yeah, that's fine. Just you sitting there talking about the whole idea of kind of taking your mindset here and saying, this is what I want to do, and kind of the law of attraction type thing, I guess, and thinking that you can do it. One of the things that I've noticed when students have gone through my program in the past is if they think that they can do it, they can. And if they think they can't, they can't. And the reality is that you can do it, as I showed with the students that went through this last spring, it's amazing the kinds of things that they produced and the kind of lifestyle that they've been able to create for themselves now in just a few short months, just because they had the positive thought that, yeah, I can do this and I'm going to make it happen. And they did. I would love to sit down with anybody that's watching this right now and show them the results of some of the students from last spring as to what it is that you can accomplish, and make sure that it happens for you. Even if you have lost your job, you're working from home, whatever, we've got the program that's really going to help you.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, do you think we should put maybe like at the end of this, put the link to the webinar that you put in YouTube, and then people can go and look at that, because inside there you've got some great examples of what you've done. Don't know, is that a good idea? What do you think, Greg?
Yeah, absolutely. And the other thing, for anybody that's watching it now, we are actually opening up enrollment today. So people can,
Yay!
people can enroll in my course. They can enroll in Andy's course. Like I said, you can get to either one of them from either one of our pages. I don't remember the exact link to Andy's page, but if you go to mine, it's just webstoresltd.com. You can see on the little sign up here, webstoresltd.com/enroll now. And a lot of the testimonials and case studies from past students are on there. Examples of the kind of revenue that some of them are now making is on there. When you click on the register now button, you're given the opportunity to sign up for my complete course. If you aren't interested in the complete course and you just want some individual help, there's some choices there. If you want just Andy's course, you can sign up for that. So lots of flexibility depending upon what people's individual needs are. And we can put that link here in these live videos as well, but it's just webstoreslimited.com/enroll now. And like I said, you can enroll now.
Yeah. And mine is workingfromhomemastery.com, workingfromhomemastery.com. And you go to either, mine is obviously going to be talking more about mine, but it links into what Greg's done, and Greg's has talked more about his side of it, but it links to my side as well. But, and I think you've got like a payment plan with this as well, isn't there, Greg, or something?
Yeah, so one of the things that, and this is actually really exciting as well. I did not have this previously, but I partnered with a funding company that will give people funding. Actually, they've got up to $250,000 in funding for people at 0% interest and no collateral. And you might be going, wow, how's that even possible? Well, I did a recording with them yesterday, and I'm happy to point people to that recording so you can listen to them and explain how the whole thing works. But the great thing is that you can use those funds to do ongoing education, such as taking my program and or Andy's program. You can use it for buying inventory for your store. So if you're creating an online store and you need to actually go out there and buy some product for the store, during the course, we're going to show you how to source that stuff. And then you can use those funds for bringing that inventory in. And you've got like 12 months to actually start selling some of that stuff before you even have to pay it back. You can also use the funds for online marketing. One of the things we talk about in the program is how to do digital marketing and actually start getting people to come to your website. So again, you can take those funds, you can pay for Facebook ads, you can pay for retargeting ads, you can pay for whatever you want to do, maybe getting on TV. There's some TV show options and stuff. Lots of different ways that you can start to promote your products and services. And you've got enough time in there before you have to make any payments at all that you can start to get some results. So basically it's kind of a no-brainer to make this happen.
No, totally. I mean, sometimes when we're talking about things, people say they don't have the money. There's something on offer, and then people say they don't have the money. Well, there is money available. You don't. That doesn't have to be a reason why you're, the excuse that you're giving not to follow through and do this. And the other thing is, if you're thinking that you're not going to be able to build the stuff, then that's not true either. Because Greg and I are here to help you all the way. I'm giving away coaching sessions, which normally I'd never do. My course is going for 2 months, and you're going to get, 2 30-minute sessions with me. And, I've been known to completely change somebody's life for the better within just 1 hour. So this is really going to be beneficial. And Greg is not going to let you, as long as you're putting the effort in and you're going and doing the work, because he can't work your computer on, remotely. It's your job to do it. So as long as you're doing the work in, he's going to make sure that you are going to build the website and build the business. And so you've got everything you need, absolutely everything. That's why we're doing this. We realize that these are challenging times and that there is help needed. Well, we're the help. We're here to give you the tools and everything that you need to be successful and get through this and actually, have some enjoyment as well, do something amazing.
Yeah, it's like the old joke, here's your sign.
That's
The
it.
sign's here.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, awesome.
Well, Andy, we've actually gone a whole 45 minutes here, and it's been a pleasure, but I know that one of the things that happens is people's attention spans also start to lag at about that time. So we're not going to go on all afternoon. We just wanted to make sure that we did go live here, that we presented this opportunity for people. And I know that Andy's definitely got a servant attitude towards his clients, and I do too. That's really what we're here. We're here to help you. And these don't have to be times that they may still be challenging times, but they don't have to be difficult times. There is an incredible opportunity right now that's happened because of 2020, not in spite of it. And, I'm excited for everybody that's going to go through these courses this fall, because it's going to make a big difference in your life.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, life is basically, you're never going to have life going perfectly. And it's all about being able to carry on regardless of what's going on. So, if you're waiting until everything gets better, until you move forward with life, then this is a big mistake for two reasons. One is you don't know how long that's going to take. And two, it's unnecessary. You have all of the tools that you need in these two courses. Honestly, we guarantee it. That's why we put this together. So, I really do hope that we both see you on the other side very soon. And let's make 2020 amazing, like it deserves to be, because you can do it.
Absolutely. Good talking to you, Andy.
Great talking to you as always, Greg. Okay. Thank you.
See you later.
See you soon.